So what's going right now for this team? The offense has looked good the last couple of weeks.
We just been coming to work every day. Meeting's been good. The energy been good. So that's all positive in the room.
Take me through the Janarian pass on the first play last week. Were you ready for that to be called in this game? Was that on the script?
Yes, it was on the script. Coach said he was going to call it, and he called it first play of the game. And, me and JG looked at each other, and I gave him a little nod, like, yeah, if it's there, it's there. And
You and Tavares were both 10 yards behind everybody. Was that the slowest football in history because you just couldn't wait for it to arrive?
No, I didn't see a slower one, I ain't gonna lie, but that one up there, it was just more of like, kind of like hanging, like waiting, and I'm like, I'm hoping they don't catch it before I catch it, so it all worked out perfectly though.
The mismatch that you had last week, there was a big height advantage against the guy you were up against. I would assume it'll be the same thing this week. How much of an advantage is that?
It's an advantage, but also I respect all of them over that side, tall or short, long as they come into play and to compete, it should be a good game, but, mismatch you just got to find a mismatch.
Nick had a really good game, last game, in the rain especially. The receivers didn't drop anything because of the wet ball. The footing seemed good. Tell me about Nick and just where he is right now.
Nick is getting better every week, so, we noticed, the attention to details that he's having, the intensity at practice, he wants to get better. So that's been the great part about everything, just watching him become more and more the starter of the team.
Do you like playing teams back-to-back, or do you wish you had some time in between just so the DB doesn't know you as well as he does?
It doesn't matter to me. We could go back-to-back, take a break. It don't matter. At the end of the day, it's one-on-one, and you got to stop us, we got to stop you.
Short practice week. How are guys doing? How is everybody looking at on the field?
Yeah, so guys are beat up. Short week. That's pretty standard each time we have that. So I thought yesterday we had a walkthrough. Was good to take care of their bodies. Just a mental day. Actually more of a jog. We got out there, got some work done, and then today was finalizing the work week on the field.
We were talking about last time you talked about going back to Winnipeg, having played them last weekend. What's the techniques that you saw from the first game that you think you can carry back into the next game for you guys?
Yeah, not really techniques, but just schematically. Offensively, we're going to change some things up. Defense, we're going to have some additions to what we did good. But you can't just have the same game plan each week. So I'm sure they're going to have some different wrinkles, so then we might have to go back to some of our base plays based on what we're seeing.
The new guys, Jordan and Felix, what are you expecting from them? How excited are you to have them as a reinforcement?
Yeah, so Jordan will be up this week. Felix is probably a week away. But Felix is a good special teams player. We haven't had a fullback in 5 years, so look forward to having a fullback to add some element to our offense.
How much will that mean to the offense, having a guy who's played the position before?
Yeah, so he's got to obviously get caught up in learning the offense right now, so that's what he's doing this week. And, bring the level of physicality we're probably lacking a little bit in our run game. And it's going to take some hits off of, Kevin. He's doing a lot of dirty work in the box. And we want to, make sure, we're not going to wear him down, we don't have him at the season's end.
Last year you were in a situation kind of that, wounded animal in the corner with the record. They're kind of going through that right now. Do you address that with the team that, hey, this team's desperate, they're going to bring everything?
Yeah, I told them just because we got to win, we can't have a false sense of confidence, right? Obviously, we built a little bit off of that, win. You're going to build some confidence, but we got to have, great sense of reality. We're 2-5 going against a team that's, 500 at their place, so they play well. So you can't look at last week's performance and think we're just going to walk on the field and do that again.
Last question, I don't even know if you heard, but Claris has been ruled out. Coach O'Shea ruled him out. Does that mean anything?
Not really. We kind of anticipated that, so we got a game plan for Strevler. Obviously, you got to have some things for Zach if he were to play, but we got to have an opportunity to see Strevler last week, which will help us out this week.